Geometry is about shapes. It is about defining the characteristics of different shapes. It is about drawing shapes and being able to calculate their dimensions, areas, and volumes. Today we have formulas that have been proven to work time and time again over the centuries. We have systems in place that help us visualize and work out problems. But how did they come about? It is all thanks to people like Thales and Pythagoras that we are where we are today in the field of geometry. This video lesson is all about the contributions Thales and Pythagoras made to study geometry. Watch and see which one of their teachings you use the most. Thales comes from Miletus in Asia Minor and was a Greek. He was born around 624 BC and died around 547 BC. Yes, that was a long time ago, but he made some very major contributions to the field of geometry. In fact, some consider him the first mathematician. On a visit to Egypt, he was able to calculate the height of a pyramid. He is credited for making 5 notable contributions to the field of geometry, one of which is named after him. The first is that the diameter of a circle bisects or cuts the circle in half. The second is that the base angles of an isosceles triangle are equal to each other. The third is when you have two straight lines intersecting each other, the opposite or vertical angles are equal to each other. The fourth notable contribution states that when two triangles have two equal angles and one equal side, then they are congruent or equal to each other. The fifth is called Thales' theorem. It states that an angle that is inscribed or drawn inside a half circle or semicircle will be a right angle. These 5 contributions are credited to Thales because he provided the first written proof of these theorems. Now, let's talk about Pythagoras. Pythagoras was born around 569 BC in Greece and lived to sometime around 500 to 475 BC. While Thales was referred to as the first mathematician, Pythagoras was called the first pure mathematician. No wonder, since Thales had actually given Pythagoras advice on how he could advance his mathematical knowledge. Pythagoras also made major contributions to the study of geometry, and he is given credit for the following 4 teachings. The first is that the 3 angles of a triangle will add up to 2 right angles, or 180 degrees. The second is named after him. It is called the Pythagorean theorem, which tells us that the square of the hypotenuse of a right triangle is equal to the sum of the squares of the other 2 sides. The third is the use and construction of various figures and shapes to solve equations. The fourth is that Pythagoras understood and was able to construct a tetrahedron, a cube, and an octahedron. Pythagoras is credited with these teachings because he, like Thales, provided the first written proof of these.